Power is never just luck. It's hunger, timing, nerve, and a very specific kind of inner wiring. Some people want comfort, some want love, and some wake up with an almost magnetic certainty. I'm meant to decide. I'm meant to lead. I'm meant to move history. If you've ever wondered why certain people seem born to climb, why they walk into rooms like they already own the future, this forecast is for you. Stay with me, because by the end you'll know the 5 zodiac archetypes that most often rise into real authority, and the hidden price tag each of them pays for it. Astrologers don't claim crowns fall from the sky, but we do notice patterns. Again and again, these 5 signs show up around empires, revolutions, presidencies, dynasties, and boardrooms: Aries, Leo, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius. Here's how they do it, plus a few history-sized examples. Aries conquers the moment through bold first moves and fearless escalation. Think Thomas Jefferson, born April 13, 1743, and Otto von Bismarck, born April 1, 1815, political architects who reshaped systems by acting before the world felt ready. Leo rules through presence, symbolism, and the talent of being unforgettable. Napoleon Bonaparte, born August 15, 1769, is a classic Leo signature: spectacle plus strategy plus destiny talk. Scorpio wins with psychological precision, power behind the curtain, leverage, loyalty tests. Theodore Roosevelt, born October 27, 1858, and Indira Gandhi, born November 19, 1917, show Scorpio's steel will leadership style. Capricorn builds authority like a skyscraper: patience, hierarchy, long games. Mao Zedong, born December 26, 1893, is an example of Capricorn endurance reshaping an entire nation's structure. Aquarius leads by rewriting the future: reforms, revolutions, the courage to be different. Abraham Lincoln, born February 12, 1809, and Franklin D. Roosevelt, born January 30, 1882, reflect Aquarius leadership under pressure. We change the rules to save the people. Aries, the lightning commander. Modern power example: President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria, born March 29, 1952. Aries doesn't work up to power. Aries claims space fast, loudly, decisively, and then dares the world to argue. You're the sign of the first strike, the first speech, the first risk. Your gift is courage that doesn't need permission. In politics and in life, Aries rises because people secretly crave someone who can say, "Enough, follow me." Now, your power strengths: speed, boldness, competitive stamina, crisis leadership, the ability to energize others through sheer conviction. Aries succeeds when the situation is messy and everyone else is afraid of being blamed. You're not afraid of blame. You're afraid of wasting time. Your shadow, the thing that can cost you the throne. Impatience, a temper that burns bridges, and the habit of treating allies like they're supposed to keep up or get out. Aries can win the battle and lose the kingdom if pride becomes your only strategy. Forecast: your next rise comes through a visible challenge, a conflict, a public pivot, or a moment where you must choose between comfort and command. If you lean into disciplined leadership, not just raw force, you gain influence quickly. Your lucky pattern is: make the first move, recruit a strategist, repeat. Don't try to do everything alone. The universe rewards Aries when you build a team that can hold what you ignite. Power advice: speak less in explosions, more in declarations. A true ruler doesn't shout to prove they're strong. The room goes quiet because everyone feels it. Leo, the sovereign of the spotlight. Modern power example: President Sergio Mattarella of Italy, born July 23, 1941. Leo is the sign of legitimacy. Even when Leo is broke, even when Leo is starting from nothing, there's an inner royalty that people sense. You don't just want influence. You want respect, recognition, a name that carries weight. Leo often rises because crowds don't follow the smartest person, they follow the one who makes them feel proud to belong. Your power strengths: charisma, loyalty, morale building, symbolism, authority through presence. Leo understands that leadership is partly theater and uses that responsibly when evolved. You inspire, protect, and unite. You're the ruler archetype who can make people believe in the future again. Your shadow: ego wounds. Leo can become addicted to applause, and when the applause dips, you might overreact, punish, or dramatize. Another pitfall: surrounding yourself with flatterers instead of truth tellers. That's how kings fall. Forecast: a Leo power window opens when you're asked to represent something bigger than yourself: community, family legacy, a public mission, a brand, a movement. You're being pushed toward a higher standard of integrity. Do you want to be admired, or do you want to be remembered? Choose remembered, and your influence becomes durable. The next chapter favors Leo, who leads with warm authority, generous, principled, consistent, power advice, make one brave, public promise and then keep it. Your crown is forged out of consistency, not drama. Scorpio, the strategic kingmaker. Modern power example. President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva of Brazil, born October 27, 1945. Scorpio doesn't chase power for the title. Scorpio wants power for control of outcomes. You're the sign of deep strategy, emotional intelligence, and the ability to read the room like it's a confidential file. Where Aries storms the gate and Leo stands on the balcony, Scorpio is already inside because someone handed you the keys. Your power strengths, resilience, psychological insight, loyalty building, crisis navigation, negotiation under pressure, the talent of turning setbacks into leverage. Scorpio survives what would break other signs, and that survival becomes its authority. Your shadow, secrecy that becomes distrust, intensity that becomes obsession, and the temptation to test people until no one feels safe. Scorpio can rule brilliantly, but must resist ruling through fear. Fear creates obedience, not loyalty, and it always collects interest. Forecast. Your next rise is tied to an alliance, a pact, a partnership, a coalition, or a behind-the-scenes deal that changes your trajectory. The universe is asking you to choose. Use your insight to protect people, not just to outmaneuver them. When Scorpio leads with purpose instead of revenge, doors open that look impossible from the outside. Watch for a moment where a private decision creates a public consequence. That's your signature power move. Power advice. Keep your standards high, but your heart clean. The strongest Scorpio leaders are feared by chaos, not by people. Capricorn, the architect of the empire. Modern power example. Roberta Metsola, President of the European Parliament, born January 18, 1979. Capricorn doesn't chase applause. Capricorn chases position, the kind that still holds when the crowd changes its mind. This is the sign most likely to rise through unsexy mastery, rules, budgets, law, institutions, strategy, accountability. Capricorn power is earned, and that's why it lasts. While other signs ask, do they like me? Capricorn asks, do they respect my competence? How Capricorn gains power: through endurance, reputation, and timing. You often begin in the trenches: assistant, deputy, advisor, operator, watching how the machine truly works. Then one day the room realizes, you already run the place. Capricorn succeeds because you don't just promise change, you bring a plan, a calendar, a structure, and a chain of command. And when crisis hits, you're the sign people trust to keep the roof from collapsing. Your signature strengths: discipline, emotional control under pressure, strategic patience, authority, and the ability to turn chaos into a system that functions. Capricorn leaders tend to become the adult in the room by default. Your shadow, the trap that can ruin your rise: rigidity. If you cling to control too tightly, you can become cold, unreachable, or obsessed with status. Capricorn sometimes forgets that people don't follow spreadsheets, they follow meaning. The higher you climb, the more your human warmth becomes part of your power. Forecast. Your next throne moment is tied to responsibility you didn't ask for but secretly wanted. A title, a promotion, a public role, a leadership transition, or a sudden vacancy that makes you the only credible choice. The universe pushes Capricorn into power when you stop proving yourself to the past and start building for the future. Choose one mission and go all in. And remember, legacy is not built by doing everything. Legacy is built by doing the right thing with terrifying consistency. Extra Capricorn power note: Capricorn often rules finance as much as politics. For example, Christine Lagarde, born January 1, 1956, has served as president of the European Central Bank since 2019. Pure Capricorn territory: structure, stability, long games. Aquarius, the revolutionary president. Modern power example: Volodymyr Zelensky, President of Ukraine, born January 25, 1978, sworn in May 20, 2019. Aquarius doesn't want power for comfort. Aquarius wants power for impact. This is the sign of movements, reforms, future tech, and the kind of leadership that shows up when society is standing at a crossroads and the old story no longer works. Aquarius rises when people whisper, "We need something different," and you answer, "Then we build it." How Aquarius gains power: by becoming the symbol of an idea bigger than themselves: freedom, modernization, justice, innovation, unity. Aquarius leaders tend to appear unexpected, even controversial at first, because you don't play by the traditional script. But once the world sees results, your weirdness becomes your brand of authority. Your signature strengths: vision, independence, courage to break patterns, moral stamina, and the ability to connect people into networks, communities, coalitions, alliances that move faster than old hierarchies. Aquarius can mobilize online, globally, instantly. Your shadow, the trap that can make you lose the crowd, emotional distance. Aquarius sometimes forgets that humans need tenderness, not just truth. Also, stubborn contrarian energy. If you oppose everything just to feel free, you can sabotage your own momentum. Forecast: your next rise comes through visibility plus purpose. A speech, a project, a public stance, a bold rebrand, a decision that makes headlines, or an alliance that expands your influence beyond your usual circle. If you want true authority, don't just criticize the old world, offer the blueprint for the new one. Aquarius wins when you build a system that survives your ego. The universe rewards you for choosing service over superiority. Another Aquarius example: Gabriel Boric, born February 11, 1986, has served as president of Chile since 2002, a modern Aquarius signature, reform-minded, future-facing leadership energy. The truth nobody tells you about power and your chances to claim it. Here's the secret: any sign can rule, but each sign has a different route to the throne. Fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, rise through courage plus visibility. Earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, rise through competence plus systems. Air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, rise through ideas plus alliances. Water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, rise through influence plus emotional intelligence. And power always has a cost. The universe doesn't ask, do you want to be important? It asks, can you handle being misunderstood, judged, pressured, and still stay clean inside? The people who rise highest aren't always the loudest. They're the ones who can carry responsibility without losing their soul. Now do the fun part with me. Write your zodiac sign in the comments and I'll tell you your personal chances of gaining power, worldwide recognition, and the courage to lead others. Plus, what exactly you must master your boss level to get there.